Welcome to the Poker Pool Challenge here on Stickem.com, brought to you by Crown Games, Inc. I'm Luis Estrada. It's Thursday night. It's time for Poker Pool. I hope you brought your cue sticks here and are ready to go.
Okay, well, let's introduce some of our players.
Let's introduce our players. I'll tell you what, our returning champion, he's going to be the first one in here. He's won 6 games in a row, over $2,000 in chips so far. Let's bring him in, the gentleman, Jim Haas.
Our very competitive player. How you doing there?
Jim, how are you?
Good to see you.
Now, tell me a little bit about your strategy today.
Well, obviously the highest hand is a royal flush. That's what I want to shoot, is a royal flush. But the beauty of this game is, and part of the fun of playing it is, that you have to change your strategy as the game goes on. So having a set strategy at the beginning is good, but oftentimes that strategy changes as the game develops.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim, you've won 6 in a row, $2,000 in chips so far. How are you feeling coming into today's competition?
You know what? I feel terrific. Because win, lose, or draw, this is just a great game to play. It's so much fun. It really is. And so I feel confident, but I understand that my competition is pretty tough this week.
Well, I'll tell you, we do definitely have some new competition for you this week, so we'll have to see how it goes. Good luck to you today.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Jim. And our next, you're actually Jim's opponent, correct?
Yes, Jim's new opponent for today. I'll tell you what, brand new to the set, brand new here on Poker Pool Challenge here. We've got Vladimir, the Impaler Beck from Beverly Hills. Vladimir, come on in.
All right, which one in here, take a guess, which one is your highest hand?
I don't know. It's going to be the one. It is going to be the one that's going to beat Jim.
That's a good strategy to start out with, right? So
I think so. That's going to be my strategy, to beat him.
now, are you normally a heavy bettor when it comes into, you have your $5 ante, but does it just depend on how you're playing, depending on what you're betting?
It's going to definitely depend what kind of a hand he has, and I will try and force him.
Okay, that'll be good. I love seeing the betting part of the strategy. So, very good luck. We'll be doing the cards here real shortly.
All right, good luck to you, Vladimir.
All right, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna pick. Here's the deck. Which card is the highest?
Who's going to get to break to start our first game? Let's take a look.
Oh, I have the Joker.
All right. So we have a Joker and a 4, correct?
Yes, we do. That means, guess what? Vladimir is up first. He gets a break. He's got the highest card.
Ready.
All right. Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
We're
Good
going to
luck,
start.
gentlemen.
We're going to start with our $5 ante in the pot.
Okay.
And then we are going to get ready for our first match. Let's play Poker Pool. Very strong.
Wow,
break.
that was a great break.
And it looks like he's got nothing. It
Open
looked like
table. Wow.
It looked like a few wanted to go, but they didn't go in. Leaves an open table for Jim here. Jim Haas is now up on the table. He is our defending champion.
Now you'll notice.
But that cue ball is not in a very good position here.
Now you'll notice that Jim was saying that the cue ball is not in a very good position, but you also notice on the table the balls are different colors. So for our viewers watching, they can kind of check out and see which color they're striking on.
Absolutely.
I'm going to try the ace of hearts in this corner pocket.
And we've got a call of the ace of hearts in the top right corner pocket. He hits it well. He's got a very nice steady hand. And he drops the ace of hearts. So Jim is on the board with the ace of hearts. So now let's go to the betting table and see where he goes.
Okay, so
I'm going to bet $25.
25 is your first, right? Call. And I'm going to step to the side here. Vladimir, what do you think?
I don't see that he has much of a position right now, even though he did have an ace. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to raise him. I'll see 25, and I'll raise him another 25.
Oh, so that's some heavy betting there.
And I will call.
Jim
All right.
calls on that. I'll tell you what, now we've got about $110 in the pot. Some very aggressive betting there by Vladimir.
I would say that's good way to, I guess, grab somebody's ante right, or the whole pot right off the bat, right?
Oh, no question. No question. You know, you can see there's still a wide open table. He did pocket the ace of hearts there, but there's still such a wide open table. He could go in any number of directions depending on where he wants to go.
Yeah. Now, he might, well, obviously the best strategy is going to be to go for the
Vladimir's
royal
right.
flush.
I'm not in a very good position, but
Right. He's looking around. He's seeing, you know, it's just a very tough spot where the cue ball
I'm gonna
is.
try the joker in the corner pocket.
But he's
Okay.
calling the joker in the bottom right corner pocket. So let's see what happens. Very interesting strategy to start off.
Yeah, taking the wild card right off the table, right off the bat.
Strikes it,
Nice
strikes it,
soft
nice.
hit. Ooh.
But he
Scratch.
pockets the wrong ball.
Which is probably never a good thing in the game of pool.
No, he pocketed the
Gives-
cue ball and gives Vladimir position anywhere on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be a really nice
Okay,
setup for him.
well,
He can kind of decide where he wants to go. He can play aggressive. He can play defensive if he wants to try to block. It's entirely up to him. And that's the beauty of this game.
It is, I don't have much of a table because I have to shoot up the table.
Okay, you do have to shoot up the table, which means you have to shoot on towards the breaking point of the table instead of shooting back. So like if you're going for the ace of spades here on the bottom, you'd have to bank it off the top and come back.
All right, let's see what he chooses to do because we, as of now, only have the ace
Okay,
of hearts.
now I'm going to play the combination of the king of hearts and joker in the corner.
Okay.
Wow, so he's going for the wild card as well.
He's going for that wild card. I tell you what, that wild card can be very useful down the line. So it's a very important ball to try to pocket. He does hit the jack. He hits it off to the sides, but the joker does
Whew.
not go in.
That was close too. I thought the cue ball was going to go in one more time, but looks like he held on there.
He held on just a little bit. I'll tell you what,
Overcut that ball.
he was
Okay.
over there just on the side. And you can look at the table still, and it's still pretty wide open.
Once again, I'll try
It
the
is.
joker in the corner.
Okay.
All right, so he's calling joker in the corner, top.
Joker in the corner. Very, again, such an important ball, but you know, even last week it was giving a lot of our competitors a lot of trouble. That joker just doesn't seem to want to go in the pocket anytime soon.
It's interesting that they would choose the joker right off the bat as a strategy as opposed to maybe leaving it.
Leaving it till later.
Yeah.
Strikes it
Very
nice and
soft hit. Oh, wow.
I'll tell you what, that joker's
The-
still really elusive today.
The joker does not want to go in.
Joker is very elusive.
I guess so. He wants to wait until later.
Well, I think the joker's just sitting there laughing right now. It says,
right.
you
Well,
can't get me. So as we look on our board here, we still have just the ace of hearts that's on the board here. That goes to Jim Haas. So you still have a wide open table.
Straight.
Yep. Yeah. All the
Go
balls
for
are
a straight.
there. They can
9,
choose
10.
pretty much any hand they want to.
Mm-hmm.
So Vladimir's picking his next, how to line up his hand.
And it looks like
In the corner.
he's calling the
Or-
queen here in the bottom corner, the queen of hearts. He strikes it well, and he pockets the queen of hearts. So he does a couple of things with that. He does get in the way of his opponent from possibly getting that
The royal flush.
royal flush. So, and he comes out with the strong
And
hand of his own with the
I will
queen of
bet
hearts.
$25.
And he bets $25 on that side, Christy. So what does it look like we have in the pot there?
Okay, so it's looking like each of them have 75, well, actually $80, including the ante.
Normally, when you're playing this game at home, you're going to want to take the balls out and put them into your case so you can see what your opponent has. But we do have the scoring table right up here behind me, so you can see at any time
Okay,
what your
and
opponent
I will
has.
play this in the corner.
No, he called the
Oh,
jack
very
of
good.
hearts.
Jack of hearts.
Pockets the jack of hearts.
corner.
So I'll tell you what, that does quite a few things. It sets him up for a possible straight as well.
Okay, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, he looks like he's trying for a straight flush, even though I have the ace. There are still enough hearts on the table for him to do that. So It's an interesting strategy.
Okay, well, we'll find out what Vladimir is going to do next.
I will bet another $25.
All right, so he's stepping up the ante another 25.
Chalk.
And these guys are placing some pretty stiff bets, I would say, because now we have 105 each out for each player.
Gives us about 210 in the pot. And I'll tell you, that's a huge pot, and that pot can grow really, really quickly.
Yes.
Vladimir's looking here. He's playing the joker here in the top, bottom left corner. He's dialed in here. Hits it, and he strikes it well. Ooh. And it does fall. It drops. The joker is off the board. He does pocket that elusive joker. And it looks like right now he's got the queen of hearts, the jack of hearts, and the joker, which gives him a pair of queens as of this moment.
Yes.
So we'll have to see where he goes from here.
And possible straight flush.
Possible straight flush as well. But let's go back to the betting table as Vladimir is set up for his next bet. And I'll tell you what, it'll be interesting, Christy, to see where he bets from here, because he's got a pretty strong hand going right now.
You have a strong hand.
And I will bet 50.
Jimmy's really betting some strong hands here.
Well, he's shooting quite well, so I don't blame him for betting strongly, yeah.
I'll tell you what, we've got about $310 there in that pot. I'll tell you what, that pot's growing by leaps and bounds here.
It's growing rapidly.
This is going to be a 9 in a corner.
We've got a 9 call in the corner pocket. Strikes it, strikes well. He pockets the 9 of hearts. So if you look at the board right now, he's got a pair of queens officially on the board right now, but he could pocket either the king of hearts or the 10 of hearts and end up with a straight flush.
It's not looking too good for Jim right now, but we'll see what happens.
And I will bet another $50 right here.
All right, so Vladimir is putting another $50 into the ante, and Jim matched his bet, so we'll see what happens here. Is Vladimir going to take it away?
And I will shoot 10 in a corner for, I guess that will be my straight flush.
Okay, we've got a call of the 10 of hearts in the top corner pocket for a possible straight flush. And he hits it, and he hits it well. It does sink. It does go in. The cue ball does not go in the pocket, so the 10 stays in there. He does have a king high straight flush. So I'll tell you what, that's a great hand. Vladimir, let's go ahead and bring you in here real quick. Vladimir, straight flush to start off. First hand, how do you feel right now?
I feel pretty good.
I'll tell you what, that's one of the best hands you can have in poker besides the royal flush. Obviously, that seemed to be your strategy to get that straight flush right away.
Yes, it was. The situation presented itself on the table, and, I just lucked out.
I'll tell you what, good luck to you. We'll see how Jim goes from here, but you got a pretty strong hand there. Let's go ahead and go back to the betting table.
All right, so...
I basically will be all in.
So I am not going to call him. I'm going to hang on to the few chips that I have. Congratulations, Vladimir.
Thank you.
Isn't this a lot of fun, though?
Sure is, especially when you're winning.
Absolutely. So my reign is over as a poker pool champion. Congratulations, Vladimir.
But you did do 6 games in a row. I mean, that has to be pretty, you have to feel pretty good about that.
Oh, I do, and I feel good about the 2,000 that I won, too. So it's all good stuff. It's a great game. I love it. Even when I lose, I like it.
Yeah. So you want to check out pokerpool.net.